Welcome members to another weekly update. Please check the overall market video. It's a separate video as mentioned before for the overall market, and this video is where we zoom in on some individual trades and catch up on past ones. First of all, the big news of the week, as I mentioned before, I was watching the junior gold miners as a kind of leading indicator, as it were, to what's going to happen with gold next. I told you I was waiting for the weekly chart to close above the 40 week, which is that blue line there, and that's what we got this week. The junior miners closed above this, actually a rising 40 week moving average. RSI get comfortably above 55%, pointing upwards. That's great bullish action. If I go into the regular gold miners, the GDX, you can see they're catching up and they're getting there. And the overall metal, which is a kind of lagging indicator, has definitely broken its downward trend and aggressively pointing upwards. So are the junior miners going to lead the way as they have done before? Well, we'll see. But this, as it stands as an individual trade, is very attractive right now with a tight stop loss just below the 40-week line there. So 39 is where I'm going to enter there. Stop loss if it's on the weekly chart closes below the 40 weeks. That simple. Let's go back and look at some other trades. I got stopped out of Seadrill. It's a shame. It's a bit annoying, and I think the market overreacted, to be honest, about a refinancing deal they couldn't get. But I mean, I was stopped. I told you on the weekly close, I was stopped out long before the trouble really started. As you can see here, the weekly chart closed 2.85, so I basically didn't take a loss actually, because that's close to where I got in. But you see why you must follow stop losses. You know, I was out there, and long before you could see the insiders were selling long before the real trouble started. So always stick to the stop losses, and that's also FXE was another one I stopped out of with very little loss there, went above the 50-day. Amazon is a profit, took the profits. We had this drop on Friday, which stopped me out of it. You know, I mean, that's a healthy profit because I was in down here. But I mean, what it might just be here is, look, you know, that's like a little pullback to this kind of temporary support level, fine. So, but anyway, that's a nice opportunity to take the gains, you know, and that's heavy volume on the selling there, so I'm happy to be out of that with a nice gain. FXY, we took profits on that. CS and CF still trucking along nicely. Credit Suisse still in that. It's just a steady eddy, you know, slow burning on that one, you know. It's just got to work its way up to 16 and steadily go high. That's fine. CF is very nice. Very nice uptrend. Riding the 20-day moving average, which is why I put that line on there as well. The 20-day moving average is for real high-flying stocks, and as you see, like this one here, that's just riding along it nicely. So that's a great one to be in still. I was in around here, so it's a great profit, and I'm not going to say goodbye to that one anytime soon. TTPH keeps tempting me back in, and that's fine. I do not. If I get stopped out of this a few times along the way, as long as my losses are small, I don't care, because I want in on this one. Look where it is now. Look where it's been. I got stopped out here and here, and now it's back above the weekly. You know, I want to be in on this trade, so it's a very cheap stock anyway, and fine. I'm going to enter there on Monday. Let's look at some new Geos. That's another one that's still just ticking along there, still riding its upwards trend nicely. Another slow burner. Futures look at, I've already said GDXJ for the gold miners. PEIS. I thought that was the symbol. Unless it's changed. I'll come back to that one. One short that was looking interesting to kind of balance things out on all my bullish calls in case the market corrects was Nike. This is an orderly chart, respects the moving average. It's that 40-week line is decidedly turning down now, and it's doing that thing it's done before, kissing the descending line and going down, kissing the descending line and going down. And my entry point would be somewhere around here. and stop loss will be on the weekly if it closes above the 40-week line. But anywhere around here, it'd be better if I could just get in around here. But this is a very shortable stock in this location. By itself, I wouldn't do that because the overall trend in the short term and long term is definitely upwards. I don't want to be shorting stocks like that. But if I've got other stocks that are long, and I'm concerned that there might be a violent market correction, albeit healthy market correction downwards, this is a nice hedge for my long stocks. And as long as I'm doing it on a stock that's clearly weak and orderly like this one, that's a nice thing to add to the portfolio. Let me just try and find that name. I thought it was PEIS, but it wasn't the best one anyway. GDXJ was my favourite. I will come back to that one. But that's all for this week. I will speak to you next time.